has changed, and I didn't know you were slipping away. Everything is strange. Please don't let go. Sleep away the day.
Welcome back to another episode of Reviewing Games. Today we're going to be taking a look at more Sega CD games from Polymega.
The end of love doesn't happen this way.
Sega CD US.
Why do you say goodbye so long?
There's a lot of great games on Sega CD, and the first game we're going to look at is Dungeon Explorer. A couple of different characters to choose from here at the beginning. Dungeon Explorer was an overhead isometric view action adventure game, kind of like Gauntlet, where it's top down and you would set off on foot, attacking enemies, killing the enemy generators, and looking for treasure. Interesting game here on Sega CD. Moving on to the next game, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was a fantastic movie in the 90s, spawned a whole bunch of sequels. Here is Jurassic Park, the game, on Sega CD. Here the game is presented as a point-and-click choose-your-adventure game, similar to Myst or Seventh Guest, with FMV video clips,
Compy is one of the all-time smallest dinosaurs, about the size of a coyote, 10 pounds. Fossil footprints show that Compys traveled in big packs up to a dozen or more.
And you're going to be wanting to get those eggs that are lying around. As you search for clues, exploring Jurassic Park in this game. Moving on to the next game, Pug Z. Puggsy was an interesting platforming game released on Sega CD where you control Pug Z, who is this lovable little character. And you can pick up things and use them in the game. Cool overworld map screen here showing you the next level in the game. Moving on to the next game, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective Volume 1.
What rubbish! What balderdash! You must have read something terribly disturbing, Watson, for you to be so overwrought this early in the morning.
Indeed, Holmes. It's irresponsible of the Times to play upon people's superstitions.
Ah, you must be referring to the affair of the mummy's curse.
The entire city in an uproar. 3 men dead, and they expect us to believe that a 4,000-year-old mummy was the murderer. I'm surprised you haven't taken some interest in this case, Holmes.
To the contrary, my dear Watson. I have made some inquiries, because I dare say I do believe this murderer is a much younger chap.
Well, well, if it isn't Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
You are the infamous detective Sherlock Holmes in this FMV game for the Sega CD.
The cause of James Windibank's death.
I should have known. That murder has brought out every crank in the city.
FMV video will play depicting the scenario, and you as Sherlock Holmes will want to solve clues and search your menus trying to find the answer. This was an interesting game on Sega CD.
No motive.
And what of Andrew Weatherby's death? Have you looked into that?
I have talked to Captain Ramsey, but we have no leads. Look, I'm not even sure that Weatherby's murder falls into our jurisdiction. And if it doesn't, you're not going to find me worrying about it. As it is, I have enough murders to take care of.
Moving on to the next game, Sega Classics 4-in-1, the arcade collection. This was a compilation of 4 different games released on one disc. You get Golden Axe, Columns, Streets of Rage, and The Revenge of Shinobi. Starting with Golden Axe. You can choose one of 3 different characters in this game: a dude with a sword, an axe, or a chick. Each character has their own weapons and unique magic attacks. In this action side-scrolling beat-em-up with weapons, all you want to do is attack the waves of enemies coming at you as you ride the animals and attack the little elves to collect magic potions as you make your way to that boss at the end of the level. Moving on to the next game, Columns. Columns was another game like Tetris, where it was a puzzle game. Puzzle pieces would fall, and all you'd want to do is line up 3 colors in a row, and you would clear those lines to collect points. Columns was a classic puzzle game. Moving on to the next game, Streets of Rage. This is a classic beat-em-up game where you control one of 3 different characters: Axel, Blaze, or Adam. This was the first game that spawned all of the sequels to Streets of Rage, and you would set off into the city, attacking waves of enemies coming at you, using your fists and your feet, throwing enemies and picking up weapons and items to replenish your health. And all you want to do is beat up the bad guys and make your way to the boss at the end of the level. Moving on to the next game, The Revenge of Shinobi. This was a classic side-scrolling action game in the Shinobi series. Where you would play as a ninja, and you would have some ninja magics, and of course you'd have your knives that you throw as a projectile, and your sword to attack with in this side-scrolling action game. Attacking enemy ninjas and dogs and making your way to the boss at the end of the level. There's a lot of really good Sega CD games that came out, and we might look at some more Sega CD games again in the future. Just want to say thank you everyone for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.
My body. My hands. What the fuck does this even mean? The house is full of clocks.